I wonder if you've ever had an encounter that totally changed your life. I'm thinking about maybe a time if you met someone on a train. Perhaps you met them at work, at school, or maybe totally randomly at a cafe or at a concert. And that person turned out to be the one that you would spend the rest of your life with. Maybe you had an encounter with someone and that turned out to be the door you needed to have open to get a new job. Or maybe that meeting led you to go on a trip far away, a place you'd never expected to go. I'm Pat Jackson, and I'm the pastor at Blue Ridge Presbyterian Church. And at Blue Ridge, we've been having a series of encounters with Jesus through the Gospel of John during this period of Lent. Jesus, of course, met that Pharisee who wondered, how in the world is it that I could be born again? And then Jesus met a woman at a well who really he had no business talking to, but that encounter led her to say, give me this living water that you're talking about. Then there was the encounter with the blind man, been blind all his life. And by putting some mud on his eyes, Jesus healed him. And then we had that encounter with the two sisters and their brother, Mary and Martha, who asked Jesus, Lord, if you'd been here, my brother wouldn't have died. And then Jesus goes on to raise Lazarus from the dead. In the next week, we're going to be walking into Jerusalem with Jesus, and then we're going to have the ultimate encounter after our Lord is crucified, and then he comes and he meets Mary outside the tomb. Talk about a life changer. If you don't have a regular church home, I want to invite you to come and join us at Blue Ridge for these final weeks of Lent. Come and be a part of the procession into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. Join us on Maundy Thursday when we'll have a supper at 6 o'clock, and remember that time in the upper room with that Last Supper. And afterwards, we'll have a Tenebrae service where we will be with our Lord as he goes to the cross. And then, of course, join us for what is going to be a glorious Sunday on April 24th, that Easter morning, where we'll start with the breakfast at 9 o'clock and then a service at 10:45. And that will be the most wonderful encounter of all. So come and join us. Come on in.